Hello, buddy. This is Purge doing a replay commentary, or sorry, replay coaching for Rami the Axe here. Thoughts: 3750 current MMR. Started playing ranked with your friends. Play mainly 3. You're looking at itemization and trying to pick an aggressive 3, but doesn't always succeed in fights. You're not sure you're picking the right targets. Okay, let's take a look at that. This looks fine for starting items. Maybe extra regen over the Ring of Protection, but against the Monkey King, extra armor is not terrible.
This contest is in the bag.
I like moving around to look for fights with Battle Hunger at level 1 personally. Spin level 1's usually not worth it, because it's better to be able to trade hits or trade damage with Battle Hunger. You can put it on the support, which makes it a lot easier for your Arc Warden support to deal damage. Anyways, like hypothetically you could have cast this earlier, you know, is what I'm trying to get at. Could add Battle Hunger on him 10 seconds earlier. Also, Arc Warden should have put more spirits down ahead of time, probably. Should have Battle Hungered already. Like, this guy should be Battle Hungered instantly. If your ability's off cooldown, you should be using it. Because your whole goal is trying to out-harass them in lane. Like, that was so late. You could have almost casted your second Battle Hunger by now. Other than that, this has been fine so far. Range creep is what you should go for. He pulled that, unfortunately, but... okay. New Battle Hunger. Okay, that's good that you showed up just then. TP's a bit interesting. I don't know if you needed to. I guess it was safer. Instantly Battle Hunger, Grimstroke, in my opinion. Battle Hunger Grimstroke for sure. You're not quite doing enough to help. It's like the only major mistake you're making in the laning stage so far though. But it's a pretty big one. Like, why not Battle Hunger him? It's a free 180 damage.
See you later, nerds.
Maybe he gets a deny or something, but like, you might as well cast it because it's off cooldown. It's not like you're going to need it for anything else, you know? This is good.
See you later, nerds.
Friends, let us skirmish.
Good attempt. Wasted your salvo, of course. Why? Why waste yourself? Good Battle Hunger. Very good. Oh god, please. You're fucking up so bad. Oh no! You had like 3 attacks at a right click. I feel like you probably have that like right click to move thing. So what's happening is like you're right clicking him, and when he fogs, you end up right clicking the ground. So like in those moments, you just have to be more careful and just right click him or A click the ground. That way, when you do spot him, you get these attacks in, because this should have been a kill. You did run away at the right time, which was good, but that's good. You got bounties. Once again, Battle Hunger, the ranged guy, who's not likely to be here for last hits. Goodbye, Battle Hunger. It's kind of a good try, but a little crazy. You have to be very careful about when you go for kills against that guy. And he did take a lot of damage, but he's got enough points in Jingu now, probably. Yeah, he's got 3 points in Jingu, so his lifesteal is actually really high. This is a little crazy. That was so crazy, dude. Oh my god. It was close, though. You made it work. Pound those tangos. There we go. This is where you die. Okay. You have lived. So far, so good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
A rough one. Yeah, I mean, you had one spark right there, and it looks like a despawn, but you're definitely playing a dangerous game there. That is for sure. I believe this should be your salve. Yep, in your face, please. Run south, that's perfect. This is really dangerous. He was likely to beat you there. Like, the call under tower is a great idea, but it's hard. His attack range is so long that he's going to stand still a lot longer than normal. You should have stayed in the creep wave. Jungling is wrong here. Because your allies were coming back eventually. I guess it gives your Arc Warden a little bit more experience, and that's kind of good, but... They get him? Okay, they still got him. Good. He's alive here. Ooh, that's a stack. I would do that stack right now. This is a good moment for you not to go in the lane, because then Arc Warden gets zoned out, you know. So if you have like a greedy 4, this is a good time to be more efficient. The only reason I think you should have stuck there before was just because of your allies coming back and the Snapfire rotating. That would have been more effective if you got to if you were there at the start of that fight. This is definitely who you go on here. Very rough. A lot of damage. Really easy for Quap to TP there. Yeah, the Grimstroke 6, quite effective in this circumstance with the silence. I'm surprised he was he skilled at it all. It's usually not good to skill early, but once again, you guys get crushed. That's one of the downsides to your heroes. You're not very good at fighting in this area of the map. It's kind of rough, but... Some good damage. Otherwise, this all looks fine. Maybe it would be worth it for you to get like a defensive item before the Blink Dagger, considering your game isn't going perfect. But you're doing a generally a good job. Your last sets are a little bit low, maybe just because of how much you guys have died. But cutting trees, which is good. Now you can pressure the next wave. This is all solid. On the bright side, this will give you a lot of space to get your Blink Dagger, I suppose. I think this is the right place to farm in the meantime. Yeah, just like killing Monkey King is just so hard. I don't know if I would retreat here, especially because we saw Monkey King go to the right. Might have been better for you to move up and take the next creep wave. Like, you'll get there eventually in terms of having Blink Dagger. Like, you definitely shouldn't be jungling these two as well. Like, if you ran back and did this, I would have ran back to lane, personally. And this is also unnecessary. I don't know why you're running over here. So this is where you made your first major mistakes, basically. Like, there's shit going on mid, but you don't even know what's happening visually. Maybe you're on voice comms with your friend, but, like, they're pressuring the tower. But if all right, so let's say you do want to come fight here. Like, running through the mid lane like this is definitely not the best way to do it. What you should do is go this way instead. Because if you go behind the tower, for example, then you can get... All right, Monkey King's here, guys. You can get to here, and then you can cut through trees and dive in. That would be a little bit safer. Or, not safer, but offensively better. Yeah, I can see him on the map. He's right here. It would be better to go this way to swing in. But realistically, you don't necessarily need to be here. This is the power of TPs. If a fight starts, you teleport and you run in and you try to help. But where you should be is up top. Like, this wave could have been killed. You could have killed another wave here. Probably, because it's coming in this way. That would have been the better thing to do. Not, like, running from here to kill a small camp slowly. And, like, because you're a lot stronger when you have Blink Dagger anyways, right? So you running in this general vicinity is just not a good use of your time. Like, I genuinely don't know why you... Like, you sprinted across the whole map to go from a small camp over here to this large camp. Maybe you think you can't do Ancients, which might be true. Dragons aren't that bad, I don't think, because they do mostly splash damage, which really doesn't bother you much. So, I don't know. Maybe you'd run out of regen, but... Well, this is a big waste of your time. There's no way that this is a better place for you to farm versus you to go here. It's like literally equal distance, but this is a creep wave. So this is definitely the first big major mistake you've made. Slark now TPs to the top because he's like, hey, a creep wave. But realistically, that could have been you as well. Maybe you did want to go down here to defend, but... But this isn't really a good use of your time either, honestly. Like, it's very difficult to defend this tower at lower MMRs.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures
Now you're back to jungling again, but you moved all the way bottom just to, like, maybe defend, but it's just so dangerous to do this. And instead, if you just would have gone top and pushed a little bit, you would have had your Blink Dagger, then you could have TP'd bottom and fought, actually. Oh, this is a really good call, though. Good chop. You should be chasing. Yep, perfect. Salve, phase. Oh, that's your SF. I realized. Forgot. For some reason, I was like, weird. The ulti didn't last very long on him. Didn't see her vision, so I don't know how hard that was, but... Okay. Well, everything going pretty good. Good old Dagon got the TP scroll, hell yeah. Generally, you want to give the shovel to your mid player, because he has a bottle. That way when he gets bounty runes, he gets a free refill. But it's not that big of a deal. Probably fine for you guys to spread out a little bit. I don't know if you needed to do this, because now you're making Shadow Fiend run farther, you know? Like, you guys are all jungling in the same areas. And right now, it's not worth you running this way, because you're probably thinking, like, oh, where's the next camp to go? But in reality, camps are just respawning. So you could have just waited here, done this, and then gone north. I think that would have been a little bit better. Like, the way you're running, I just don't like it at all. This is what's hurting you the most, I think, in terms of, like, what's limited your ability to farm quite a little bit faster. Like, you've done a lot of cross-map running. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you could have just killed large camp instead. But, like, it's almost always wrong just to farm towards where somebody else is already farming. Because, like, if SF finishes this camp, he's going to want to go to this camp, and then maybe this camp, and this camp, where he'll go here, 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 to, like, move towards the rest of the team. But you running that way also is going to mean that you're going to have to run all the way here. Instead, it'd be better for you to farm this camp, and then, I don't know, maybe play in the jungle while Slark pushes the creep wave out, or something. Maybe somebody shows up and you get a kill, you know? That's better than you running bottom. And if you really do want to be bottom, just TP. TP all the way to the bot lane. That's a better use of your time, in my opinion. I wish you would look to see what's going on over here, too. Because you haven't even, like, visually checked to see if Mars was low, what his items are, that kind of thing. There was, like, a chance you guys could get a kill there because you had 3 heroes. But you didn't even check to see if that was possible. Same thing. I saw Phoenix that whole time on the map, but you haven't looked yet. You gotta visually look at this. You chase that guy probably. I would have chased him. Like, there's all this shit happening, and I just can't see what's happening because you don't look. Still a fight happening, you're not looking. Now you're looking finally. I don't know, I would have ran back. Like, it wasn't good for your team to fight there, but still, like, I would have considered going in. Like, and by considered, I just mean I just would have looked, you know? Like, I just want to see what's happening, is what's frustrating about watching your player perspective so far. We can't make good decisions if we don't know, if we haven't gathered information. So even though you can see people, you got to look to see what it looks like. Because you're going to be able to understand it better if you look versus just look at the map. I think that was a good decision to back up there. There's a good chance that they rotated from bottom to where you were. Go in for a pipe next. Okay. It is a pretty good pipe game. Got bounty runes soon.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Neutral item does SF have? Ah, Grove Bow. So now you're moving through the jungle again. You're generally just spending a little bit too much time jungling on your side of the map, I think is what's pretty clear. I haven't seen this much side of the Radiant map in a long time. I would have blinked to this Alpha Wolf camp. So you wasted a little bit of time to walk forward. Oh, you guys smoked though. Okay. So now you should be running to the top to help your team fight. Blade mill? Blade? It's kind of late now, but... Okay, got that chop. Cool. Okay, that went well. The smoke from the Snapfire was helpful. Helped you guys get here in time.
The jungle has everything Axe desired.
You didn't need to do that, probably. Probably would have aggroed enough. Like, I mean, maybe if you go back to heal after this, it's not a big deal, but enough of those were hitting you, in my opinion. By the Ring of Health on the way. Quelling Cell. Huh. I would have probably sold Ring of Protection myself, but... Especially I guess you're against a Monkey King. You could chop him down, actually. If there wasn't a Monkey King, it's not that big of a deal, I guess. But I can pretty safely say you made the slightly wrong decision. So you went back to heal here, which is fine. Extra TPs. I would consider TPing out, yep, to save some time. Once again, you're sitting on your side too much. I would have moved into the enemy side of the map. Are you guys smoking or something, I'm guessing? But there's a lot of like... It's like the only time you guys feel comfortable crossing the map so far is with smoke, which is wrong. Oh, that ain't good. He is very dead. Like, if you guys had just moved across, you might have been there in time, you know? Not a big fan of your call. It was pretty crappy. But once again, you weren't looking at vision. You weren't looking very well. Like, why are you looking at your hero, you know? It's completely irrelevant. If your hero is over here, and you're right-clicking here, you know where Axe is going to run. He's going to run to the right of the Roche Pit. So rather than looking for a good initiation, all you're doing is staring at your hero. Like, see how hard this is to, like, grab a good call? This is all the information you have. But imagine if, like, if your vision is this instead. Oh. Okay. I'm going to call right here. Instead, you kind of see that there's a hero there, but he's already been an egg for a bit. So it just ended up being a weird initiation. And yeah, you helped kill the egg, which is good. But your vision was definitely lacking here. This looks really bad for you. Yeah, Monkey got so much heal off of that. Stunned like 3 guys. Plus who's getting Maelstrom procs.
Structures are fortified.
Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower
was close. Silver running this monkey is pretty good. Stop his Jingu.
As if I wasn't slippery enough already.
Okay. Interesting items. Where are you at? Alright, looks like you walked back. Why not go top and push out this creep wave? Look at all this beautiful farm. But once again, you're running through your jungle again. Like, this is literally what's hurting you the most. Other than the vision thing, is the fact that you aren't pushing creep waves enough. You're spending way too much time on your side of the map. If you don't push the creep waves up to the tower, it's hard to get gank initiations. And, like, you basically haven't ganked all game, is what it feels like. Outside of smoke ganks, you've basically just been jungling, and then occasionally you'll show up to a fight. So, like, you're playing your hero correctly outside of that. When you have good vision, you're blink calling the right people, you're using your chops correctly, you're itemizing well, but you're not playing the map correctly, and you're not looking well with your camera when you're doing things. And you're also jungling on your side of the map too much, which is the other negative side effect. And generally at your MMR, people are going to jungle more often than they're going to push waves because they don't feel comfortable. But, like, why is this wave all the way down here? Why is this guy even pulling? Like, this wave should just be, like, super pushed out, basically, by somebody. Slark, Shadow Fiend, literally anybody. You. Sapphire can push waves as well. She could also be pushing. But none of this is happening, and it is frustrating. It's just so much gold. Slark eventually runs all the way top. What are you doing in the meantime? You're basically jungling with other people, which is a waste of time. So if we look at the net worths, the reason your net worth is, like, okay is because everybody else in this game sucks too at farming correctly. That's the only reason that nobody else is, like, blowing you out of the water. But against higher level players, you're going to get blown out of the water. And that's one of the reasons you might have trouble raising your MMR, is because other people are just going to have way more farm than you because your farming patterns are inefficient. So luckily, you're in a good place. If you're a player like you who can cast spells pretty correctly and read team fights pretty correctly, if you're looking correctly, then all you need to do is change your farming patterns a little bit to make up for those skills, and then it's going to allow you to accelerate a little. But, like, you see how much opportunity they have for this? Because all the waves are pushed in, and you guys weren't efficiently pushing them, they have more time now to go look for kills, and you have no idea where they are now. Because by the time these creep waves are going to get to the tower, they're already going to be, like, executing a gank. And now you guys are like, oh, well, we were going to try to save him maybe, but not even close. And nothing really good happened in the meantime either. Blade mail a little late there, unfortunately. Oh, you look very dead. Very unfortunate for him that he did not pounce there. That would have been a kill. She had already used. Snapfire trying her best to survive. So let's see what you do when you respawn. You still haven't gotten pipe yet. That's mostly because you haven't really been getting farm in the meantime. Playing top is a little bit of a waste because Slark is here and the wave's already pushed out. You could head bottom, push that out, or you could head mid, push that out. Shadow Fiend's going to go bottom, which is fine. Digging and running. You should be blinking all the way, by the way. Get it on cooldown right away, because it'll be off cooldown again. You can use it if you're going to walk. Sprinting to the jungle to farm is fine. But normally I'd say this is kind of a bad thing. Because ideally you want to farm farther on the enemy side of the map. That way if a fight happens, you're closer. But this will get you a little bit closer to your pipe. But see now, like, you quickly eat up all the farm and now there's nothing to do. It's part of the issue. You should be getting the Invis rune, not Snapfire. Now you're still playing in the same places as Slark. And now where you should go is top. And it's an obvious move. The wave's not very pushed out. Maybe I'm cheating because I can see the enemy map, but top lane should be pushed out for sure. Why is it showing dire vision? There we go. Push out top lane a little bit, farm these camps. You can basically farm all these. Slark can maybe do these camps, push out mid, that kind of a thing. This looks very bad. So watch your initiation again. You needed to blink here. The issue was that you weren't... Yeah, you tried to, but you blinked short. You clicked farther than the range allowed, was the thing. So you got a short blink as a result. Watch. That was maybe right on the edge. Somebody else blinked. Oh, that was Mars. That was a good try, but only calling the Phoenix is not going to work out nice. Playing here is kind of dangerous, honestly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Probably just go finish jungling. Cool. Yeah, that's very good for you. Alright, so you got your pipe now.
Tower is under attack.
It's a really good Slark item. Effectively, you can't die now, which is great. Because you have a stupid amount of regen. You're not even 20 yet. But once again, you're just spending way too much time jungling. Like, you should be the one that's pushed this out. You're the mobile one. Like, that is unacceptable what I just saw. You know there's going to be more creeps, dude. You killed 2 creeps under tower. Where's the next wave? It's going to be here. This is like one of the safest places on the whole map. Like, look at the map. They have heroes mid. You've got creeps here. That means they are not going to come here to push this creep wave or to gank you unless they're really good. They're all going to kill these creep waves or these creep waves. This is the safest wave in the whole game to kill. And it's worth 250 gold. And you are giving that up to do what? To run into a jungle that's already empty and to go be near your teammates. But you've got teleport scrolls for this. You can just teleport to any of these towers, any of these shrines. Like, there's so many teleport points for you to react to a fight. And yes, you might not be there at the exact time that you need to be, but you're giving up so much gold. All right, you finally backed up, and unfortunately I paused it right before you did that. But, like, you should have known about this, and it would have saved you, like, literally 15 seconds because you didn't see the creep wave. You thought, I don't know, oh, gotta go somewhere else. Maybe because you play scared. But you gotta just, like, know in your heart what is an effective place to farm. Same shit. What is this TP for? Keep pushing. You can keep going. It's slightly dangerous because you've done 2 creepy waves in a row, so maybe they anticipate you being here and they can go and kill you.
Dire are scanning.
Well, you're jumping to smoke for bounty runes, but you guys are late. You're once again running towards the middle of the map. Don't know if this is the guy you should go on. Okay, you do kill the egg in time at least, but... Okay, the Monkey King dies. Why doesn't he kill the Silence Orb thing? Fuel certainly helped. Okay. It ended up being not that bad, but it was very sloppy, basically. Anyways, when you teleported, imagine if like you had just pushed a little bit faster before. You would have gotten 3 waves instead of 2 before you TP'd, for example. More gold for you. And you still could have taken basically the same fight. Team is pushing mid.
Radiant structures are fortified.
You don't need to call creep waves, typically. So watch out from your perspective.
Radiant structures are fortified.
You can see enemy heroes. At least there was one mid. Just right click them and then it'll just like aggroing in lane. I saw you doing that a lot. Moving into the jungle is a little scary, but okay, good kill. They have dead heroes, so you guys might as well pressure anybody you can grab. Which is solid. I would be moving behind the tower right now. You shouldn't be moving up. They don't need to see where you are since you're the initiator. And you don't need to hit the tower because you're the initiator. You could have been standing here instead to find another kill like you just did, for example. Moving top is great.
Dire's top tower is
If only you had your Quelling Blade.
top tower.
Got the outpost. Now you guys have really good map control. So from here on out, your plan should basically just be push in all of the side lanes to make sure that ideally the map is like this, and then have wards like in these areas like you do, and then it should be easy to control the game and Roshan. There's a smoke gank. I'm surprised he was able to get away through that with that pounce hitting. That call, whatever, you can do that one if you want. Pushing this is pretty good. Very ballsy play. I don't know why he didn't Yules you. He should have Yules you. It was dangerous for you to go high ground, basically. Playing in that area is fine, because then they're going to think that you guys are all ready to push, but while they rosh, but it was a little too ballsy what you did. You definitely should have died there. This is going to be plate mail, I assume. Yep. You should have Perseverance mana. It's probably worth replacing your Bracer, at least temporarily. Although you are pretty close to finishing this. You only need like 500 gold to have the Lotus finished. Dead Quap means you guys can maybe push and take a fight. We're all pretty spread out. Oh, this is not good. What was this? Your call wasn't great. Just wasn't worth going in on this, especially if he's like if you catch him before he channels his ulti. Maybe that's what you tried to do. God, he got so much heal. Guess you killed some backline guys and they bought back on Quap, but okay. Power Blade Mail. You're running too far away here. You need to move up your camera faster too. You're looking too much. I think. All right. I think literally what's hurting you is that your speed is just not high enough. Like, even in all of this too, you're retreating too far here. This part is scary, but right here, you're safe again. So you should stop. Basically, your camera should not be like inching here, moving, inching, moving. You should be looking to see what's happening, in my opinion. You could have battle hungered this guy, for example. Like, you guys had an opportunity to go back in, actually. But everybody kind of played a little too scared, except for Arc Warden. Alright, Lotus Orb's ready now. Back to jungling, which is fine. I would kill small camp and then kill this mid wave, probably. You could have done Ancients, no reason not to. Somebody else could have gotten the boundary in, you know? The fact that you got that chop off, despite looking at him for such a short range, like, just up your camera speed. That's all you gotta do. Up your camera speed. It's too small. I'm seeing you like nudge it so many times just to get a little bit of vision. But it just feels too slow to me. Don't like go crazy, because then you're going to lose control of it and you're going to jump too far, but you just got to get used to it, I think. I like that you're jungling on this side of the map now. I just wish you would have done it more throughout the game. Good grab with the Blade Mail. I'm going to go back and watch it again at slower speed. And a creep wave. This is great. You definitely should have used at least Lotus Orb earlier. Like, if you, and obviously this is hindsight, but if you call in this location, they're going to throw shit at you. So you might as well, like, Lotus. I would have piped too, probably. You would have probably reflected something. It was still, like, incredible fight for your team, but... Wow, literally everybody died there. Do you have BKB? It doesn't have BKB. Okay. No wonder. Alright, now you guys win. Flame Blade Threshold. 600 is kind of insane, actually. Okay. Cool. That's game one. Let's take a look at game number 2. Another Axe game. This is a loss, I believe. So we'll take a look at this one.
See you later, nerds.
There is nothing that can stop this man!
You have done a great service. That hurt me a bit. It's in the bag.
Prepare for battle.
That's not who I clicked on. There we go. Alright, same starting items. Looks like you're going to be against a TB Jakiro. Let us end, please. Again, I don't like you standing over here. I wish you would go over to the other side and you'd battle hunger them and shit. You're giving them, like, basically if you stand here, you have no opportunities to go in because you have to go low ground and then you don't see them as you're going high ground. It's really dangerous. If you go over here, it's even ground and then you can run in and out as you desire. So just doing this stand over here shit is just really lame. It's just giving them an opportunity. Like, imagine if over here you'd already cast battle hunger on Jakiro for like 15 seconds. Then it's off cooldown by the time the rune starts. And then maybe you feel comfortable zoning them, you know? Like maybe they get zoned and then they don't feel like contesting bounty runes. But now they're going to contest it. This is a big waste by TB actually to use meta here. He gets the bounty rune, but I guess they get 3 out of it. Yeah, they got 3 out of it, but it shouldn't have been this one-sided. If you just cross the river and start battle hungering ahead of time, it's going to feel a lot better. Like, instantly battle. This guy hasn't used a single tango yet. So, like, you've already started off the lane at a big disadvantage. And you went spin. That ain't good. You gotta go battle hunger. It's really important. Alright, this is, like, way better than it should have been. But, in all reality, usually you just get battle hunger and you win the trade war. But because you didn't cross the river right away, as soon as you could, and battle hunger some guy, then it doesn't get on cooldown. Like, it's 50 mana with a 20-second cooldown. It's effectively free. Like, you're not going to use this mana for anything else. So you should just cross the river and cast this shit for damage. That's a tango. Every time you cast Battle Hunger, it's like 1 tango is gone. A tango and a bit. So if you just cross the river and cast it on Jakiro, and then cast it on Jakiro, and then cast it on Jakiro, Jakiro's health is now going to be at like 3/4, and he's going to be less aggressive. Or maybe you cast it on Terrible and he runs out of regen faster. And yeah, you got like crazy good spin damage on the TB as well, but he didn't have to like get hit that much by you guys. This is like the only way you're going to be effective is standing in creep waves, is the problem. And now Jakiro is really good against you. I guess you hit level 2 now, so it's less bad, but... And again, don't cast Battle Hunger on the carry usually. It's just almost always better to put it on the support. Because they're not going to have as good a base damage, they're not going to have a Quelling Blade. Should have Battle Hungered there. Like, it's... Like, basically think of it this way. Like, there's a DPS that you could do with Battle Hunger. You can cast it every 20 seconds, basically. So let's do the math on how much damage that is. If you have a 5-second downtime on not casting Battle Hunger, it's going to mean that your opponents don't run out of regen as fast as they should. But if you do cast it perfectly, they're going to run out of regen faster. They're going to feel like they're constantly eating tangos, and they're going to eventually be low enough on HP where it's going to feel like you can get a kill. It is hard to play against a Jakiro when your other support's a Tiny, though. This isn't good. Because it's going to make it so you never really are able to... You're not really able to kill the support ever. Normally, the other support with you is going to be able to trade well against their support. But either way, it could be better if you had Battle Hunger. You guys have put a lot of pressure into the TB, though, which is good, but... Again, that should just be on the Jakiro, probably. Side pull would have been good for Tiny, but he didn't do it. Battle Hunger on Jakiro here. He's not going to get a deny, probably. It's like you gave up all hope of ever harassing the Jakiro for some reason. Because you just wanted to kill TB instead. Alright, time to run away. Tango Bracer is great. What is our Tiny doing? So basically you can't lane until meta's gone. Which is fine. This guy's had 4 tangos for so long. But because you're not harassing him and Tiny can't very well, it's like there's just no possibility. You just want this TB kill so bad. That was good harassment moment, I like that. Oh, I wish he would have tossed back. Okay, no, he just killed him. Okay, alright. And what should you do in 2 seconds? Battle hunger this guy. Instantly. Battle hunger him. Why so late? I like that you didn't right click him for a while there. That way the tower didn't aggro. That was good. That's good. Battle hunger. Battle hunger. Battle hunger. It was fine you stopped when you went to go get that range creep, but you should have battle hungered him afterwards for sure. Oh no, the bounty ruins. You should have moved over to Jakiro probably. That was a much easier kill. You definitely could have killed Jakiro if you moved over. This is a hard kill. Yeah, he won't be able to get it. You messed up on that one big time. If I had to guess, your camera was not moving fast enough. Okay. I guess it kind of looked like a good opportunity. But, like, I hear shit happening. Like, you should be looking, you know? There's no way that you should be this focused. If you're hearing skills being used, that means that people feel like there's an opportunity to do something. So as a core in a lane, it's very important that you do check on your support in this way. To make sure that, like, there's not something that you could do to help the laning stage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, you right clicked him a little bit there.
Top tower is under
Running around like this is good though, as a whole. Ooh, we misclicking a lot. Okay, that was fine. Got boots now. Didn't lose that much, that was good. I'd say your last hits are definitely pretty low. They're actually super low this game. 14 is almost nothing. That's good. Got like no spins, but it was only like 2 attacks, so ooh, you gotta run now. Good to run right. That was the right choice. Might as well get that range creep. It's probably not worth holding these because they're so weak already. I guess contesting the lane wasn't really doable either, but wasn't there just a creep wave there? Am I crazy? Feels like you guys are beating up the Terrorblade a lot, but the downside is that like he's just got way more last hits than you guys. I think most of this is because Tiny has kind of been laning weird, but also that you haven't been pressuring the... You haven't really been pressuring the support well, and as he just keeps pulling. That's why you guys are not getting as much gold, I think. So he's pulled a lot more. Like 19 last hits versus 35 is like really one-sided actually. Like look at the net worth. You've killed him a couple times, but your guys' laning fundamentals have been too weak. So he's still getting a lot. Now he went to jungle, so that's why he's not here anymore, and you're probably not thinking about it, but Terrorblade jungle is quite fast. This time you went and looked over, which is good, but usually when they leave the lane, you should just kill the creep wave as fast as possible. That way it gets you closer towards pushing the tower. He's getting decently farmed here. Battle hunger him. There you go. Good dodge there. Okay. Very worried for you. I can't believe that that even worked. I thought for sure you weren't going to make that one. Okay, use this nuke, you're safe now. Toss was good. Okay, that was pretty good. Again, your last hits are still really inadequate. 28 at 10 minutes is stupidly low. But, one thing you guys maybe could have done was cut the creep waves a little. Could have been an option. This is very dangerous. You know, you just die if you dual breast you, right? That was a large mistake. A very large mistake. Jakiro has really good damage. You guys tried to force that one way too hard and gave the 5 position so much net worth from that. Because net worth is probably... Yeah, it's almost yours now because you gave him that kill.
Radiant's middle tower is
That double. He's got 4 kills, arcane boots. Dude's got level 9. That was like way too much advantage you gave him.
under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
So you're just getting your phase boots now. Basically what hurt you guys this laning stage was that you killed TB a little bit, but you didn't kill him enough. Right? Again, don't use call here. Just right click, go click here on the map, right click puck, and everything will attack you. But you gave TB pretty much free farm. He died once or twice, but he still farmed way better than you did. So it didn't really matter. And while Tiny is part of the problem for sure, you guys could have done some things to, like, I don't know, you just needed to get more last hits. I don't know why you missed so many last hits. Let's go back and watch it. So I'm a little bit mystified on that. It felt like you were last hitting fine when you had the opportunity, but maybe there were just like a lot of pulls that happened. Yeah, it also felt like you were kind of solo against 2 heroes the whole time. You also did a lot of this. Like, the first couple waves, you did a lot of like running at him, which meant that he was getting last hits and you weren't, because your spins were probably not reliable. It also kind of pushed the lane a lot too, which meant that it was a little bit more difficult maybe to get last hits and lane control. And you did a lot of running at him. You ran at them so much that you kind of forgot to get last hits, and that's part of the reason you were underfarmed. It's like you did all this harassment, but like it wasn't consistently kills. Like here everything looked fine. But how do you go from like 8 last hits at 2 minutes to having like only double or triple that like 5 minutes later? Like nobody got the range creep. You missed this one, I think, if I remember correctly, yeah. They denied a lot of your creep waves. A lot of your creeps. This should have been an Ava toss back to you. But Tiny lost the opportunity. And you didn't pressure. The other thing is that, like, if you don't pressure the support, he's going to zone you like this. Because if Jakiro doesn't get pressured, he's just going to keep casting spells on you and attacking you. And then it feels like you have to stand even farther back. Like, if it's just meta, maybe you can come up and get some last hits. Not that that's, like, a small thing, but because Jakiro's always full life, he's never scared of dying, so he's always going to play aggressively if he's smart. He's going to play in this area. But if he's at, like, half HP, he's going to want to sit back here. He's going to sit over here instead and try to pull because he knows he might die to Tiny. But because you never pressured him, Tiny never had the opportunity to burst him. Partially because Tiny made mistakes, but also because you never casted Battle Hunger on him in their laning stage. You just were so focused on the TB that you never got any good harassing. And now TB's just ahead of you in farm. And yeah, this movement was really nice and all. But once again, and yeah, you guys ended up killing him, but that was like 2 of the good things you did in the laning stage. He shouldn't have been able to outlast hit you. He's going to deny this range creep now because you damaged it a little bit, for example. No, he didn't. Oh, he did actually, I remember. Yeah, they denied. So it's like lots of little things like that. 11 denies on TB. Jakiro has 2. This is really what hurts you the most in the lane, I think. And then missing the Jakiro kill here. This is a big deal. This is you guys spreading your resources poorly. Then you lost a bunch of last hits here, which you now moved over for, but you got there late. But that was basically because you overchased on a TB. Those last hits are fine to miss if you go over and kill the TB. How did they get there, by the way? That's what I'm curious about, too. Oh, you guys did like a side pull. So this is kind of your fault, actually. Because when this pull happened, you didn't grab the creep wave and drag it to the left. If the creep wave comes over here, then you get more of these last hits. And it felt kind of okay, but like you're chasing him as a solo hero. You're not going to spin very often against him, so that was a waste of time. It would have been better for you to move over. Ideally, grab the creep wave, pull to left to hold it, and then kill the Jakiro. Or just kill the creep wave. You could have done that as well. Just tank the creep wave with spins. And then that would have given you more time to fight. But you had 8 last hits at 2.5 minutes. And you've only gotten 4 last hits since then. Which is kind of mind-boggling to me. Like, you did a good job unknowing the TB and running after him and shit, but he still farmed kind of okay. How's this net worth right now? It's about yours, so you could argue that you're being about even here. But the next like 4 minutes, he catches up real fast. You're gonna get your creeps denied again. No, that's the one that they didn't deny for some reason. You're so focused on like killing that you're not getting enough last hits. That's what it feels like. So this is going to give him a lot of net worth as well, of course. Spawning many illusions. He's going to go power jungle for a bit. What you should probably do is rather than hold the wave is just push it, in my opinion. There's that moment where I said that he's jungling. So his numbers are a little bit inflated from small camps and stuff, but these are still worth a decent amount of money. Now he's getting cover. This guy gets killed. And like, you just held the wave too long. You should have pushed it. Because if you push it, then there's creeps on tower and somebody has to do something about it. And then they can't all stand around like this, you know? Like if there's a whole creep wave here, TB has to be there for sure or something. But instead the creep waves got to sit. You basically accomplished not much more than getting a couple of last hits in the meantime. Now they feel comfortable pressuring you. Oh, he dual breathed the range creep. I was wondering where Battle Hunger went. This is where the puck ultied you. Pop over kills the Jakiro. Okay, then you go back to the wave. Salve gets used. And then you died.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under
Okay, let's see the rest of the game now.
structures are fortified.
Don't have a huge amount of time, but... So, take tower. Let's see if you make the same mistakes. Should have killed this creep wave probably, but you only lost one creep, so that's fine. The way you did it was not that bad. I don't think calling him is really that value. Yeah, you just need to get out. It's not worth staying. Go large camp here. Ooh, a stack. Good deny. Oh, what? You should be just standing here. Get the spin on both. Why are you so scared? What's going on? Why are you so scared? Why are you so scared? What happened? Could have killed that whole creep wave. Kill this. Stand here. Clear these. I guess you see some heroes, but... Alright, in that moment you were looking somewhere else, and you see Sand King coming. But there's so many heroes mid. Like, maybe Sand King Bro strikes you, but like... This is what you should have been looking. It was like, maybe TPing here. And you are TPing, but like, what are you going to do? You don't have Blink Dagger. The tower's already dead. Like, there's literally no reason for you to come mid right now. There's actually no reason. You're not going to do anything here. Maybe your team wants to fight, but what are you going to do? Run in? I guess he could toss you. Alright, if he tosses you, it's fine. But like... This is just a waste of your time. You could have been top pushing the creep wave. Instead, you gave up a lane to Sand King. You basically commit yourself to not getting gold in this moment. Like, maybe he harasses you and it feels really bad because you lose a lot of HP or something, but... You don't need to be here, basically, because if their creep wave pushes, you just press glyph, the whole wave dies, and they're done. They're done fighting here, basically. But now you've wasted time by farming time by TPing mid for a fight that was already over. Like maybe you TP when they're defending the tier 1, but it looked a little bit hard, so ignore it, you know? Oh man, he's got Radiance. He's actually doing pretty darn good. This actually looks like you guys can win this game. If you had stayed top, basically, and kept laning against the Sand King, yeah, maybe he harasses you a lot. You don't want to fight him in Sandstorm, but, like, you can... Minimum, you can cut the creep wave. Like, if he comes to kill a creep wave, just go to the next one. Clear the next creep wave by yourself, and then if some shit happens, like if they dive under the tier 2 like they did to you, then you can TP and try to help. But like you don't have a blink yet, and until you get it, you're way less effective. But because not only did you TP mid, but also because you died, now you're delaying your blink dagger. And now you've just extended their advantage because they just got their tower, they got everything they want, and they're still getting creep kills because they fought a little bit better than you. All right, let's see where you go on the respawn. You can't TP, so you're running out, which is fine. Quap is already pushing top, so jungling is a good thing. They killed your Witch Doctor, which is fine. Pushing mid lane is better than small camp, good. They're basically dumpstering you guys because they are ganking better. Don't know if I like this AC. Oh, you look very dead. Now they are pressuring very well. Guys got a kill though. Shiny does not have a blink, he has a drum. For some reason. The scary thing is that Puck basically can solo kill you is the issue. Your overall survivability is not really that high. You don't have much magic resistance, so... People's Gift is actually pretty good on him. Alright, you're doing Ancients again, which is good. Almost got your Blink Dagger. Nether Shawl is super good. Oh, you should have used that in my opinion. That's really good on you. They have a lot of magic damage. Could have been effectively your hood right now. Like they're literally all magic except for Terra Blade, so I don't know why you sent it back. Not even sure who's going to use it over you. It's definitely best on you. Alright, so let's see what you guys do now that you have your Blink Dagger. What I would guess, so what seems to be the case in most of your games is you guys only feel comfortable doing smoke ganks for aggressive movements. You're way early there. Is that a creep? Good ulti by Sand King. Can't believe he caught him there. Oh, okay. Alright, so you guys cleaned up. That was really close, though. Really close. You missed your call on TB, I think, is what it looked like. TP top, grab Bounty in. That's great. That one's gone. Should do large camp and then go... You shouldn't be going mid, I don't think. This fight's over, I think. Yeah, maybe it's fine, I guess. Alright. That guy really needs to be KP. I would have hit creeps. Maybe that was wrong, though. Looks like there's almost no sentries. There are sentries being used, I guess, but... Alright, where'd you go? Midwave, great. Going for the Blade Mail next. Blink over here. You should be using Blink to get from camp to camp. You're wasting mobility for this. Blink here. Do Ancients. Wasted movement speed. What a nice guy. Camps are respawning, so you could have waited, but looks like you're trying to set up on a kill. Yeah, once you get Blade Mail, it's going to be way easier to kill the TB. Waste of a call. Super waste of a call. This guy was so out of position, you did not need to call on him. Like, part of it is you didn't have vision, so it looked like maybe nobody was going on. But like, see how different it was from your perspective versus when I free camered him? Like, it just looks like he's by himself, right? It's like, oh, he might be able to get away. But like, look at this instead. This dude's so fucked. He's surrounded by 3 heroes, disables, it's a support. What you should be doing is looking for the next guy, like moving this way and looking to blink call the backup guy. Like, you easily could have caught Rubik here, and if you catch Rubik, it's a guaranteed double kill. And you guys are still going to get him, but like, it would have been a lot safer. He would have died faster here, and then you guys could have maybe gotten a 3rd hero if somebody else stuck around. It's just a small little mistake on initiating. Okay, almost Blade Mill. You shouldn't be farming the same place as your Quap. You should let Quap take this probably, but because now you guys split it and then you don't get your Blade Mill. Like, you guys would have had more net worth if one of you went small camp, one of you went creep wave. Now you guys are playing over here, which is kind of good. Let's go back to player perspective. Oh no, gotta cancel that. Realistically, you probably would have silenced you, but your courier's gonna die now. Don't like the blade mill usage there, even though you were taking a lot of damage. Your vision is really bad. You should be looking over here to see, look for your initiation opportunity. These puck illusions are wrecking you. This is a really bad fight by you, I think. So let's look at the main issues. You messed up your call on the puck. You might have been able to catch him. He's probably going to silence you if he was good. But against a bad player, he might have gotten you. This is unfortunate. You did the right thing to run this way. The illusions kind of wrecked you. Now the issue is that you aren't looking at the rest of your team, and you probably ran too far. Because now it's awkward to get over to this location. And then the illusions messed up your blink dagger. I would have probably played up here. Running this way was really dangerous. Like, you basically gave up and said, fuck it, I'm going to do a melee call. It ends up not working because the burrow strike. And then you're guaranteed dead. If you play up here instead, you're a little bit farther away, and you just needed to wait 3 seconds to get a blink call. So that was the big mistake you made. So I guess to sum up, since we're basically done, to sum up the issues that you're having, your laning stage needs a little bit of work for sure. Cast Battle Hunger more often. You need to push out creep waves more often. Don't farm in the same place as your allies. Use Blink Dagger to move between camps if you're in the middle of nowhere. Like if you're on your side of the map, farming camp to camp, use Blink Dagger because there's a very low, very low chance that you're gonna need it. Because no one's gonna gank you on your side of the map at like the 15-minute mark, you know. Especially after a respawn when your team's pushing lanes out. If you push out lanes, it's going to be easier to get kills. You can push lanes out, then jungle, then hang out, and then push the next wave, then jungle again, then hang out to look for kills. Aggro creeps more with right clicks on heroes instead of using call. Basically, everything, your items are just going to come faster if you play like this with side jungle stuff. Be a little bit more patient on initiations. You're jumping in. Move your camera faster. That way you can gather better information and land better initiations. Other than that, you're doing pretty good. So yeah. Alright, I hope that was helpful. Thanks for signing up for coaching. Sorry it took so long to accomplish. And I'll see everybody later. Goodbye.